Vigor here today, and I am going to be ranking all 5 seasons of the best TV show ever, Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad follows the story of a man called Walter White, only the best television character ever. A chemistry teacher who works a second job at a car wash, who's also a loser, but sad because he has cancer, wife's pregnant, and he's behind them bills. So he starts cooking crystal meth with his old people's Jesse Pinkman, to basically pay for those bills. So anyway, let's begin. So took some notes here. Season coming in the last place. Now I love every single episode except for this one episode in season 3. But in last place, season 1. Now with season 1, this is the introduction to like the best TV show of all time. And we get the fleshed out characters, get Walter White. We understand Walter White is for like dialogue where he's talking about how he just wants to make a choice. Like I mentioned earlier, he's this person you can root for as a normal man who's a chemistry teacher who would just want to support his family. And then we get Jesse Pinkman, who's like a big junkie who has a great arc in the rest of the seasons. We get Hank Schrader, who is my personal favorite character of the entire show. And then we get Skylar, who's a bit of a hypocrite, and she can be a little bit annoying at times, but then again she has her points. And then we get Marie, she's just a nice little addition. I didn't really think she was great, but the actress is fantastic. Sorry, I can't remember her name. So yeah, that's what I want to say about season 1. We also get introductions to like stuff that was really important, like Tuco Salamanca and stuff. And this is the beginning of some of the most fantastic arcs in television history. Anyway, so moving on. Number 4, season 2 comes in at number 4. Now this is the one that sets up the further seasons very well. Like we get introduced to Saul Goodman, Mike Ehrmantraut, and Gustavo Fring, characters who I love. And by the way, if you watch Breaking Bad but haven't watched Better Call Saul, you should definitely watch Better Call Saul. That's kind of why I'm actually doing this whole review, because season 5's coming out, and also going to do an El Camino review. Got a little carried away there. Right, so this sets up the first seasons really well with Saul, Mike, and Gus. And I also show stuff like with the teddy bear. It's constantly showing this things with a teddy bear in the pool, and you just wonder what's happening. There are people at the house. You think maybe they've been found out or something, but then at the end turns out a plane crash. We also get we get Jane, Kristen Ritter's character. Now I really like Kristen Ritter on Jessica Jones. She's a great actress, and I think she does a really good job as this Jane person. She's just so awful. Like she's such a you really do not like her. Like she gets Jesse back into drugs and all that, and she just blackmails Walter, and like Walter's like, I'm not gonna give you the money because you're junkies. You're just gonna spend it on more drugs and kill yourself. Which Walter was right about. Because that's how compelling the show is. Just like how much emotions it makes you feel at the time. Walter goes to their house basically getting the money back, but because he gives them the money because he's being blackmailed and all that. So he goes to the house and then they're sleeping, and then Jane starts to, because they're junkies, she starts to choke on her own vomit basically. And then Walter can save her, but he chooses not to because it would be good for him. So you think, right, I didn't like that Jane person, thank God she's gone. But then it's like, how's this gonna affect Jesse and all that? And then we get one of the most, this is also our introduction to Heisenberg, forgot to mention that. For me, this is when like Heisenberg first appeared, was when Jane died. I think that was when Heisenberg first took over a little bit, because he has like split personalities. Walter White and Heisenberg is the evil person who did not want to see succeed. Then we get one of the things I wanted to talk about was Combo, Jesse's friend. His death is one of the most shocking moments for me, and we'll get into that even more with season 3. See that? Yeah, got that on my notes. So anyway, moving on. Coming out at 3rd place, season 3. Now season 3, this is where like sort of classic like proper Breaking Bad, because the first two seasons are really slow, and a lot of people who like that's one of the complaints that some people had are like, oh, the first two seasons are real slow. But that's kind of like why season 3, season 4, and season 5 are just 10 out of 10 television. They're like up there in the sky somewhere in terms of how good it is compared to other shows. And then we get Skylar, she's found out about everything Walter's doing, how he's cooking meth and all that. So they have this whole thing where they're trying to get a divorce. That's pretty sad. And after Jane dying, Jesse's mental health is just bad. He's going to rehab and all that, and you just feel so sorry for him. And we get the assassins. Those are some of my favorite villains. Like I love the assassins, and they don't even. I mean, if I recall correctly, they only had like one line each, but they're just so terrifying. You hate them so much. And then that brings us on to scene with Hank. This show it also shows how good of a cop, well not cop, DEA agent that Hank is, because he just gets a heads up, and he's able to take out two cartel assassins just got because he got a heads up. And that's the thing. Like that's also like because in season 2, one thing I forgot about to talk about in season 2 was the whole thing with Hank going to Mexico. Sees a decapitated head on a tortoise. That tortoise blows up, and then he sees the whole thing and gets PTSD. Then season 3 gets shot, gets crippled, and becomes even more sort of like just like he disconnects with Marie for quite a lot. Like he disconnects with Marie big time, and then we get Jesse finding out who Compo's killer was, and it was his new girlfriend Andrea. Kind of helps his mental health a little bit. Then finds out that her son killed Compo because of these people that they don't like, which leads to this thing where it's like they don't know where to trust Gus or not, and then also because like they're the kid dies because they kill the kid, and then they're having like these arguments. It's like Gus is like, why didn't you trust me to take these people out? And then they're like, well, we think maybe you put out the hit, and you're just so unsure. Like, do I trust Gus or not? I want to trust Gus because he's so awesome, but I don't know. Anyway, that takes us to second place. Now, second place for me is season 4. I'm probably seeing a bit of a pattern here. This show just keeps getting better and better as it goes along. So season 4, we get the battle between Gustavo Fring and Walter White, which is super compelling and just entertaining from start to finish. And it's just non-stop tension. Then we get Jesse's arc where he goes from like this really dumb junkie to a guy in a very awful psychological state to a really good meth cooker, which isn't the best of things, but he's a I can't really say these words on YouTube because my channel's supposed to be child friendly, but I'm gonna say BA mofo, if you know what that stands for. I'll figure out. I can't really say this type of stuff on my channel. He becomes awesome, is what I'm trying to say. Like, there's that moment where he's like, I may not know how to sympathize this stuff, but they brought me here because I make better meth than you. This place is a dump. Clean it up. It's like, drop the mic. And then we get a scene with the cartel, where we find out Gus's backstory and how he hates these people, and we just assume there was a partnership, but he hates them. So then we get that awesome scene where they just take up out everyone, the cartel. That's another thing I like. I like the bond between Jesse and Mike. That was pretty nice. And then we also have this thing where it's like you're just like there's another thing when like Gus is taking them out, and you're just like, I love Gus so much, but I want Walter to succeed, but then again I want Gus to succeed. It's like I don't know. And then we get Brock getting poisoned, which is really important for season 5. And then Skylar sort of becomes evil, which is more about her hypocrisy and stuff. So anyway, first place, the best conclusion to any TV show ever, and that is season 5. So we get season 5 is where Heisenberg has just fully taken over Walter White, and Walter White is gone. He's just not coming back. Then we get him because he took out Gustavo Fring. Because Walter wins the battle. We get that scene where he blows up and half of his face is just gone because Gus is dead. saying Walter, kind of like Heisenberg, I should say, has taken over. Walter starts to build his own drug empire, but Mike and Jesse don't want to do that. So we have this thing where it's like, no, Walter's just not letting them leave. They get great moments like the scene where the guy's like, "Who are you?" He just goes, "You know who I am. I'm the cook," and all that. And then he's like, "I took out Gustavo Fring." And he's like, "No, the cartel got him." And he just replies, "Did they?" And then he's just like, "Say my name." And the guy's like, "Heisenberg." Epic moments like that you get further show. And then you get the neo-Nazis, you get Todd, who, now maybe I might be a psychopath myself, but Todd is weirdly likable. Like, he's such an awful person. Like, he shoots a kid at one point, but like, he seems so innocent, but he's really not innocent. And Jesse Plemons is just a fantastic actor. Everyone in the show is a fantastic actor. And then we get the train robbery scene. We have a lot of deaths, like, because Mike's trying to get out as well as Jesse. Walter kills Mike, which is not very good. Jesse betrays him because that he finds out about the poison in Brock and all that. So then Jesse and Hank go out to get him, and then they trick him with like the money and all that. But then obviously when they trick him with the money, as Jesse and Hank, they bring him out into the wilderness and all that. Then neo-Nazis come out, kills Hank, turns Jesse into a meth slave, and he just gets so much torture that you really feel bad for Jesse. And then and also, like I say, Hank dies, and Hank for me was one of the most emotional moments of the show. And then we're gonna talk about the last episode and how the conclusion is. So we get the last conversations with like Skylar and Walter Jr., who's his son. And I really like it when she's like, "What should I tell them if they find out you're here?" This guy was just like, "Tell them I was here for bacon and eggs on my birthday," or something like that. Brilliant. Then he just sees Walter Jr. through the window because obviously they have that really heated phone call because he knows everything that he's done. Then he's in like this cabin just waiting to die, but then he's trying to right as much wrongs as he possibly can. I'm not going in complete order. I'm just talking about what comes to mind, even though I've got notes. So yeah, this show's so good. I just don't have words for it. So then he tries to right as much wrongs as he possibly can. So he gets the money to Gretchen and Elliot, these two rich people who do charity. Gets it to them so they can supply Skylar and Walter Jr. without them knowing. Well, people knowing that Walter's really supplying them because he's finally done what he was supposed to do from the start. That was supply for his family. And then he goes to the neo-Nazis to kill Jesse. He's like his main target, and he realizes he's not bad. Like, he thinks they're taking him as a partner, but they realize he's a slave. So with the machine gun turret, he uses his body to block Jesse, whilst everyone else dies. And then you get that moment where Walter sets him free. Jesse drives off in the El Camino. Yes, I'm going to be reviewing that soon as well. And then we get those little nods. We can tell they ended up fine with each other. At least I hope so. And then we get Walter White's death, where he lies in the meth lab, the only place where he actually felt good, and he's got a little smile on his face, and it's just so great. This is my favorite TV show ever, and just best acting I've ever seen, best character development and everything. I love this show. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I look forward to season 5 of Better Call Saul, which is why I'm doing these videos. Like I say, thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys next time on The Average Moviegoer.